Besides sending the police, you might want to send an ambulance or a hearse.
Hello and welcome to Billy Ho Sports. We're through 2 weeks of the NFL season. I thought I'd throw out an update video. We're going to do a little coverage on the Billy Ho Week 3 NFL contest, DFS on DraftKings. I create a lot of content for NFL, and hopefully you've seen some of my videos and you're seeing my profiles on some of these rookies. How Jordan Addison's looking really good, and Zay Flowers I was super high on. I wasn't as high on Bijan Robinson, which he's still yet to be proven, but I thought his quarterback wasn't very good, and we're kind of seeing that as well. There's a few other guys out there. The Richardson is already somebody who's gotten concussed through 2 weeks of the season, but I was decently impressed with what he did. I'm not happy he got concussed and got knocked out of the game. I'd never wish injury on anyone. But if he would have gone on to rush for 4 touchdowns in that game and break the slate with 45 DraftKings points, everybody would have been on their victory bandwagon going, I told you AR-15 was the shit. And I'm like, it's Houston. The Texans, their defense is middling at best. They've got no offense, no running game whatsoever. So they're going to be picked on. And it was just really the biggest kid in the class in the 4th grade got to go down and play against second graders. So, that it is what it is. We're going to take a quick look at week 3 DraftKings Billy Ho contest. So let's do it.
Football!
Okay. Starting from the back, just kind of bringing it from the rear here. There is several, which is a good indicator. And I'm glad DraftKings started doing this a few years ago, putting the weather up here just to give you kind of like an indicator light where, hey, you better take a look at this one because there is rain in the forecast. Sometimes it always doesn't work out. Like, obviously, this doesn't matter because Minnesota plays in a dome, things of that nature. So anyway, I'm starting at the back because of Kansas City at home. Mahomes, take a quick look at this game log. He just the good part about him is he's going to average 40 attempts a game. Just mark that down. And he's probably going to get you 2 touchdowns a game and push for 300 yards. So this is going to be his median, like 25, I'd say. And he might crack 30, but he's going to have one of those games sooner or later. I don't think this one's going to be it just yet. Chicago, it's tough to say. Their defense is not all that. I will keep my eye on Mahomes, but I don't think he's quite there yet. And we'll see how Kelsey shook out of that game. But he's not somebody I'm paying $8,300 for to stack up. Josh Allen at Washington, I'll probably not go that route either. I've been stacking Lamar every week, and as long as this injury is not too bad, I don't know, a stinger to his left hand late in the game, that sounds like nothing. But his game logs, he got more on the ground, 54 yards this time around in a closer game. I don't know if he has to do that against Indianapolis, but this Indianapolis offense has shown life, even if Gardner Minshew gets the call. So what we need to do is push Lamar Jackson is basically what it amounts to. And he really didn't play that bad of a game. It was bad weather and he didn't play well, but they also had like 4 rushing touchdowns in that game. I mean, so he just didn't, and he didn't get love again. I mean, he did get the 2 TDs, but he got jacked for a rushing touchdown by Gus Bus again. And that's going to happen with the Ravens, but this is a guy that I'm going to play till he hits. So Lamar Jackson's going to be one of my starts. I'd say this Dallas, Arizona, you might want to lock in the Cowboys, but they're probably going to be, well, that's not bad, 4,400, worth paying up for. But anyway, the biggest game of the week is likely going to be this Los Angeles Chargers at Minnesota Vikings in the Homer Dome, for lack of a better term. Lots of big plays going on in Minnesota's dome, and Herbert, they lost another game by being the Chargers, but he got even more attempts in this game, threw for 302. So that's his median too, probably 25. So if I'll take Herbert all day over Mahomes, just because he's got better for now, got better weapons. We don't know just yet. And then plus you got Q tags on some major receivers. I think Metcalf will probably be all right. St. Brown is up in the air. We're not really sure what his injury is, whether he just had cramps or he's actually got some sort of soft tissue injury. The other guy I'll probably just play every week, and whether it hits or not, because it's going to hit 4 times a year, is Tua and Tyreek. So, Tua, I mean, $7,000, seriously, at home. I mean, it's not, I mean, I'll take it. I know he didn't have a great week too, but that's to be expected at New England. He still threw for 249 and a touchdown. So it was just one of those slog fest kind of games. And that's just how they go sometimes, especially when it involves a division rival on the road. Like I said, you could go either route. Cousins is just somebody that's just writing down. He's the modern day Tom Brady. I mean, he's going to throw it 45 times and he's going to complete 65, 70% for 300 yards and multiple touchdowns. So somewhere in between 22 and 32 is probably his median, like 25, 27, 6,900. Kirk Cousins might make the rotation. Justin Fields sort of had a breakout game. Not many rushing yards, but he did look a little bit better. I know he just only scored the same amount of points, but I just not running the ball. I really thought, actually, I thought he ran more than that. 4 attempts for 3 yards. That's pitiful. If he's going to do that, forget about it. Richardson's questionable. Dak's looking pretty good in the pass game right now. They even a game they had complete control over, he threw 38 times. So, but he's just not, the shorter routes. He just doesn't have those big hitter plays, it looks like to me. So we're going to pass there. But like right now, I'd say it's Cousins, Tua, and Lamar with a honorable mention to Herbert. Now, if you wanted to pay down, and I'm sure you're going to start hearing it more often, CJ Stroud. I think they're content with letting him throw it as many times as he wants to. He's got to learn the game somehow, and they know they're going to lose every week pretty much anyway. So if I can get 44, 47 attempts, and if he can just crack a touchdown or two, he's going to still be a $5,300 guy that might get you 20, especially with the emergence of guys like Tank Dell and Nico Collins looking good, and you got Mechie back, and they still need to find a way to get Dalton Schultz involved. And I wanted to see what he got. So he did get 7 targets. So Dalton Schultz is a guy that might be an interesting play. Cheaper and cheaper every week. Dropped almost a full $1,000 from week 1. So 3,700 sounds fair. And I mean, you can stack that, and then you've got all the bring back weapons you want with the Jacksonville receivers. You got Ridley, and you got Zay Jones, and then of course Chris Kirk with the bounce back game. So any one of them can go off, which will make it kind of difficult to pinpoint. But you see where I'm going with this. You don't have to go pay. I mean, I'm going to pay up top for Lamar, but you don't have to pay up, I don't believe, for Mahomes or Allen. I think you can stay in the middle tier and go down. This one actually, Russell Wilson, this one might be a really good sneaky low key kind of play. He finally had his breakout game at home versus Washington. So if they're starting to get their groove on a little bit, and I did not see Jerry Jeudy's status. Did you all? G-U-U-D. Let's see. So I don't know how much he played. 5 targets. I don't know if he got in mostly. I'll have to go look at the snap counts, but a week healthier. If you got a healthy Jerry Jeudy, I think we could let Russ cook down there in Miami as long as the weather cooperates. So there's plenty to choose from. I'd say going down low, Russell at 59 is great. You can try Stroud any one of these guys, really. I don't know. Sam Howell definitely cut him loose a little bit, didn't they? So there's plenty of dudes to choose from down here. And just real quick before we bounce out of here, I wanted to see, 9,300. They're still not pricing him up enough. He's at home. Oh, he's not going to get 10 for 150 again. He hasn't scored a touchdown yet, ladies and gentlemen. He's breaking the slate this week. I called it. 50. He's going to put this up with 2 touchdowns. So tack on 12. So 40 burger. I'd almost guarantee it. So he will absolutely be maybe lock button. So that would make it difficult unless you want to go ahead and stack. I mean, you might as well play a Cousins. But if you want to use him as the run back or just as a mini stack like I did in the Detroit game last week, that's fine too. But Tyreek is another that I'm going to play every week somehow or another. So these 2 guys almost surely should be in your lineups every week one way or another, whether you have 25% of them or 100%. You ought to have a piece of them every week because they're going to score 35 to 40 points 8 times this year. Guarantee it. I'd pay up. I'm paying up for Jefferson Hill, even Diggs, whatever. And then I'm skipping all these cats. Maybe one guy in here, but then I'm going bottom feeding because I've had guys like Tank Dell and Jalen Reed both weeks in the low, way down low. I mean, you can run Tank Dell until he bucks you because I would play him over Wallflower Gallup anyway. But you got plenty of guys down here that can get you. I mean, you don't have to have slate breakers, like Dell got 20. I mean, if you can get a game like that, and CJ Stroud's already got trust in him. So, he's going to play over Mechie, I believe, unless Mechie somehow makes giant strides. So basically, it's going to be keeping it tight with the quarterback stacks and then paying up for wide receivers and down bottom barrel wide receivers. Tight ends, who knows? Tight ends haven't looked good all year long. Kelsey's probably still getting back in the groove. I'm not really sure when we're ready for a slate breaking tight end. Hawkinson could be that guy this week because it's not like he hasn't had the targets. I mean, he did. 25. He was probably the highest scoring tight end last week, especially in the main slate. So 6,500 is a tall order, but you never know. I mean, you got guys like Ingram is too big of a. Hawkinson's probably the safest play, honestly, and Kelsey, but I'm not paying 7,200 until I see it from Kelsey. I'm definitely not paying up for like somebody like Komet. I mean, if I'm doing it at all, I'll pay for Laporta, but that's about it. Ferguson looked pretty good. I thought we were on our way yesterday, but then he just had that one really important target for the touchdown. So anyway, I'm not going to keep anybody any longer than that. Short enough. Just keep an eye on these videos. I'm going to put one out every now and then that maybe tells you something that the Sims won't. Tired of all these Sims and everybody with their Sims and Sim Wars and buy this and buy that when you can just figure this shit out on your own if you're smart about it. So, you don't have to pay $5,000 a year unless you're one of those high-level MME players doing 150 lineups every week. But if you're just a hand builder like me, you don't need Sims to tell you who to play. You just need to have the right lineup construction and make some tweaks here and there. So if that's what you're looking for, check me out. I'm out there, Billy Ho Sports. See you soon.